Yo, what's up, guys? So today I'll be showcasing a Mannadium Dino Spright deck. So this is the first combo. I noticed that Babycerasaurus is a level 2 monster. So I thought that maybe I could combine the Mannadium and the Dino and the Spright monsters into one deck. And I started testing it a few hours ago and I made a couple of combos. This is the first one. So it's probably not the most optimal way to play the deck, but it is something for a start. So here we're playing Nemesis Corridor. In the OCG, Colossus is legal, so you can actually in on Thunder Dragon Colossus as well. So there we're just in on Masquerena. So that Masquerena should be a level 10 Synchro, but I forgot to add another one to the extra deck, but it's all good. So this is the second combo where we actually see the Xeno cards in action. Alright, so this combo should be much stronger than the first one. So we get a search and we get a draw because we've got more than 3 monsters in defense mode. And Cupid Pitch is one of the most broken cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, I think. And this deck utilizes it very, very well. Just being able to search for any monster that's level 8 or lower with 600 defense is just really, really strong. Especially in a deck like this where you don't need your normal summon. So as you can see here, so far we've got 3, 4, 5, 6 disruptions, and that makes 7. So that's really, really strong. Right, so here we actually have the baby and the Meteorus. So if you'd like, it's quite possible to summon Baron very early to try and play around Nibiru. But a lot of the times I didn't think it was quite necessary to try and buffer from Nibiru because you have so many extenders, and usually you can summon something like a red early or a Herald of the Arclight, and if they do nub you early, you can still continue with your other extenders, especially because you don't need your normal summon most of the time. So in this combo, I don't think we used our normal summon because we popped the baby from a hand. So we did all of that without our normal summon. So just showcasing a lot of random hands. As you could see, the deck usually uses its entire hand. So basically all your cards are live, which is really, really strong. So here we drew the baby over the Scareclaw Reichheart, and then we were able to normal summon it to make use of it. But we didn't need to destroy it to use its effect. So when it comes to the synchros, you have your usual suspects, your Baron, your Dispater, with some new ones like Herald of the Arclight, and it's quite possible to make Chaos Angel to protect the Herald from battle. So for example, if you play against a graveyard reliant deck, you could make Herald and Chaos Angel, and then they can't destroy the Herald. So that is essentially like a semi macrocosmos for the opponent. Also, another thing to note, if you can make Herald early before you search, you can prevent your opponent from being able to activate Droll and Lockbird. So Herald can also protect you from Droll and Lockbird without actually using its negation. And I think it can also protect from similar cards like Veiler or basically any hand trap that has to send itself from the hand to the graveyard in order to trigger. So this combo is a bit different from the others. I added Gale Dogra. Wasn't planning on drawing it, but I did. But it's all good because we're able to search for Schism. So with this combo, you're able to do your full combo and then also set Schism to be able to go into Winda on your opponent's turn. But typically you could use something like Gigantic to summon Gale Dogra from the deck, or since it has 600 defense, you could search for it with Cupid Pitch, and if you haven't used your normal summon, then you'd use your normal summon on the Gale Dogra. And as I've said before, it's quite common to not do your combos with your normal summon. Right, so we have multiple negation and a Winda on top of that. So really, really strong. Right, so here we open the red. So we can keep a level 2 on the field just to protect from any potential Nibiru's. Right, so here we get to search in a draw still. So we summon back, make Cupid Pitch. Alright, so we revive level 2. We're going to Excel Stardust. Right, and here we actually search for the Gale Dogra. So we'll do our full combo, and then we'll summon Gale Dogra. It's a level 2 non-tuner, so you could make Savage, but I didn't have Savage in the extra deck, so I made Omega. Oh, and also that's the combo where I actually screwed up. I accidentally returned the Shaddoll monster to the extra deck, so oops on my part. But it's all good. We live and we learn. So this should be the last combo with like the entire engine, and then the next set of combos will be 2-card combos. Alright, so we make Herald, Excel Stardust, Dissipator, Revive, Baron, Revive again, make Omega. Alright, so in this one, we summon Gale Dogra straight from the deck. Right, Apkallone. So we didn't screw up the combo this time. Okay, alright, so now we have just a level 2 tuner plus Spright Blue. So these are actually my favorite combos to do. And in these ones, I'm actually using the I think it's called Albion or whatever. But you don't need to use it. Only one of these combos actually require the level 2 tuner to be a fusion, but anything works. Anything like Assault Synchron, anything like that works out. So I like these combos because you can search for any hand trap that you like, basically, thanks to Tour Guide, who's searchable off of Cupid Pitch. Really, really broken stuff. You can search for your Droll and Lockbird, have Schism, and then have Baron to negate any card that tries to negate Droll and Lockbird or remove Schism. So I think that's quite strong for a 2-card combo in this very combo heavy deck. Right, so we summon Gale Dogra from the deck, Apkallone. Right, so we're making Cross Sheep here, because you can actually summon back your Spright Blue, and then you can search for a card to use for the next turn. So we search for the red. Right, so this should be the last combo. So in this one, we actually utilize Denglong to search for a counter trap. So this is the combo that actually requires the tuner to be a fusion. Right, so here we search for a warrior instead of a hand trap. We go into Denglong, search for 9 pillars. Right, so we end up with Spright Starter, go for Gigantic. Right, go for Gale Dogra. So in this one we have Baron, we have Winda, and then we have the Yangzing with 9 pillars. But we don't play any other Yangzing cards because those would break a bit too much. So let me quickly show you the deck list. Alright, so this is the primary deck list. So you play your obvious three Visa Starfrost. You definitely want to see it every single game. One Xeno Meteorus, and then you play one Scareclaw Reichheart because you need him for the Scarecrow line. And then any hand trap is fine. The one single copy of Jet, one Spright Red, three Spright Blue because it's the most important one Carrot, and then you have your one Gale Dogra, which you can easily summon from the deck or search for. Then you have three Babycerasaurus, also very important. It's the most important card to combine with your Visa Starfrost or your Crown Xeno or your Mannadium Abscission. But you don't play any of the other dinosaurs because they really aren't necessary. So for the Dino engine, you play one Xeno, three Babycerasaurus, one Coelasilat, however you pronounce it, and then three Fossil Deck, just so you see your cards more consistently. Fossil Dig is nice also because you can turn it into whatever you need in the moment. So if you need a summonable level 2 tuner, you can search for that as well. And then you have your triple Meek. I was thinking about playing two Meek, but if you need to search it off of Calarium, and if you destroy it with grounds, you want to be able to destroy it again and then trigger its effect and the fuel spell's effect. So I think having three is just better than having two. Shaddoll Apkallone to trigger your cards. And the Fossil Dig we spoke about, and then Ready Fusion can basically be any summonable level 2 tuner. But for the purpose of the combos, I just chose Ready Fusion and Alvain as the level 2 tuners. But you do have some options. And then your triple ground Xeno, the one of Arrival, your one starter. You don't need multiple starters to be honest, because it kind of forces you to only play Spright after you resolve it. On Kobai for Droll, the Smashers. You don't really need Smashers. You can remove it if you like. It's not mandatory to be honest, because you only play one Jet, and you'll most likely only be summoning Jet one time. We don't have Alpha anymore, so you can cut Smashers if you like. And then we have one of Reichphobia, and then triple Calarium, because you always want to see Visas and Meek. And then your Shaddoll Schism. This card is just absolutely broken, I think. Just being able to summon a Winda for free and then sending a dark monster on the field to the graveyard without targeting. That's really strong. And in the extra deck, you've got your Astraloud. You're not playing that many Mannadium cards with a Mannadium engine. So one Astraloud should be enough. And then you have your Shaddoll engine. And then you have Alvain. And then you have your Dissipator, your Cheng Ying, who does come up. But Cheng Ying could also be Chaos Angel. It really depends on your preference, to be honest. Barone, 100% mandatory, so he's XL. I'm not playing Stardust because there's no space. Herald of the Arclight, just an early negate you can go for. Also, since cards like Droll, they have to send from hand to graveyard or discard to graveyard. If you summon Herald of the Arclight, then they can't even activate Droll if they have it in hand, and you don't need to send anything from your hand or the main deck to the graveyard to do your plays. So you can stop their Droll and Lockbird, and then you can negate something like a Nibiru mid combo or whatever when you already have your pieces and Droll doesn't matter. And then Cupid Pitch, this card is also really broken, and one of the centerpieces of this deck list in particular, mostly because it gives you so many options for the cards that you can search for, and a lot of them are in the side deck I put in here for you. So you got your Nemesis Corridor, not so relevant in the TCG. Could be a Dinotherium or something. You just need a level 4 to summon. You can search for Reborn Tengu. There's not much space in here, so you most likely wouldn't be playing Tengu, but it's there. And then also Psychic Tracker. Your Dinowrestler is an Earth Tuner, level 2. So if you want to make Interior Beast, you can search for Tracker, and then you can bind the two of them to make Interior Beast if you want to. And then we have Tour Guide, basically here to summon Sangan from the deck, so you can search for any hand trap basically, which is really good, especially like both sides when you know exactly what you're playing against. And then we have Arborea for the Dinglong combo if you want to go for that. We can be searched for Sangan. And then you have your creation Resonator, who can also be used to summon Denglong in your regular combos. And then you have Synchro Fusionist, who searches for polymerization, or a card with fusion in its name. So that opens up some combos for you as well. Harpia Squadron to synchro during your opponent's turn. The Droll for the combo that I showed you. And then you've got some options in Omega, Charge Warrior, Dinglong, and then you've got your 9 pillars of the Yang Zheng. So this deck is still in its infancy, and I've basically only done like a couple of hours of testing. I'll be testing against the meta decks just to check and see if the deck is actually viable. All of these cards are actually TCG legal. YGO Pro hasn't updated with a new ban list, so that's why Dinglong is forbidden here. But as you can see, everything is TCG legal. These cards are getting released pretty soon, so the deck will be playable as soon as the ban list applies, and as soon as these cards get released, which should be this weekend. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be doing a few test duels as I said before, so I'll post a video later on this week. So until then, if you like the video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.